afternoon, everyone. It's Paul Chapman, Principal at Central Coast Sports College here again with a update in regards to the latest news that we've received about COVID-19 and the impact it has on us and our school community. First and foremost, obviously, if you've been paying attention to the media every day at about 11 o'clock in the morning, the Premier makes some announcements around the latest updates in regards to numbers and the spread of the COVID-19 outbreak that's happening within the Greater Sydney region at the moment. Which obviously we're paying attention to that information. Typically, I get sent advice from the government via the Association of Independent Schools on a fairly regular basis. And I did receive an update in the last 24 hours with just a few updates and reminders to us as a school and how we operate, and also for parents just to be aware of around the expectations during this challenging period. First and foremost, the general advice that I think we all need to make sure we're aware of is that parents and carers in the Greater Sydney region, which we're included in that, must keep children at home of all ages unless they need to be at school. So that's just a reiteration of what's been in the media over the last week or two, but it's just a reminder, I suppose, to us and our school community that students should be at home unless they need to be at school. So if you've got situations in your own home family life that doesn't allow for your child to be at home, please understand that you can send your child to school, and we are open for on-site support and on-site delivery of our programs. We obviously have an online learning program available for the majority of our students who are accessing that. But please make sure you understand the obligations that we're all under at the moment in this current lockdown phase. And we just encourage you to continue to remind yourself to look at your own situation. If your child needs to be at school, please understand you can send them. However, if you can keep them at home, that's the direction we're under from the government to encourage people to stay at home if you can. Mind you, I understand that plenty of families are working from home, and sometimes you find having the child at home may actually disrupt your ability to actually earn an income and generate an income for your family. And in those situations, we fully understand it's a challenging time, and in that case, if the decision at that point where you need to send them to school is the decision you make, please understand we'll support children if they show up on the school site. I will be including in this email a link to allow families just to give us an idea of your plans over the next week or so, through till next Friday, just to help us with our planning, to ensure we've got adequate staff on site as well as adequate catering, etc. As a school, we've got a rotation system in place at the moment with our staff, so a number of our staff are working from home, managing the remote learning program that we're delivering at the moment. So the more advice you can give us or direction you can give us in regards to your planning and expectations of whether or not your child will be working from home or at school, it does allow us to plan more effectively so that your child gets some great outcomes. In regards to transport, the government's put comments out there about what's happening in the public transport system, but in regards to the buses that we operate, they are operating as per normal. Our bus drivers are following the COVID-19 restrictions as per everyone else needs to be doing at the moment. However, if your child is attending school, they can catch the school buses. We've replaced some of our service with smaller vehicles due to the lower numbers. However, the buses are continuing to operate, which is part of the reason why it's really important that families fill out the form that I'll be attaching to this video and the message that will be sent via email. Last but not least, I just want to mention about masks. It's a continuation of the previous directive that's been put in place. There's obviously been a change for adults recently. So the directive at the moment is any student from Year 7 or above is required to wear a mask when they're in any indoor activity. When they're outside, the requirement isn't the same for students or young people from Year 7 and above. Those requirements for adults, when they're doing outdoor activity, adults are actually now required to wear a mask. The exclusion to that is if you're doing something alone and there's a very large distance between you and other people, but adults are required to have a mask on them at all times. And we have actually, just so people are aware, we have had the police come through our site a few times and question some of our staff, just asking about what they do at the school. Obviously checking to make sure that we're following the public health orders that are in place. So it's a tough time for all of us. Please, as I said on the video on Sunday, please look after yourselves. Encourage your children to get outside in the backyard and do some physical activity and keep some sort of regular schedule in place. Our staff have done a great job of putting together a program for them to follow. We understand it's challenging. If you've got any issues, please don't hesitate to email through to the homeroom teachers or your sports coaches or the advisory teachers in the senior college. I really hope everyone's doing okay, and we'll continue to provide updates as they come to hand. And we hope to see everyone either online or physically at school over the coming weeks. And once again, I hope you're all doing well, and we'll talk real soon. Bye for now.